So today we're going to be looking at how we can download Python and VS Code in order to start working with Jupyter notebooks. First thing you'll want to do is go to python.org and just download whatever version of Python that'll work on your OS. So whether that's Windows or Mac or whatever that is. You don't necessarily have to change anything when installing Python, but I like to add Python to path just so it can be accessed more easily. Once you get that downloaded, we'll want to test out and make sure Python works. So first you'll want to open up the command prompt if you're working in Windows, and just try running python space -- version just to make sure we can access it. I'm also running Python here to make sure it works, but you don't really need to do that. Next up, we're going to want to download VS Code. So if you just Google VS Code download, this will also take you there. But I mainly use the default installation here. The only thing I change is right here. I like to add it so that I can open files up directly in VS Code. So then you don't have to worry about finding it if you're already looking at it in your file explorer. And once you finish that, it should open up. And the next thing we have to do here is just download the extension for Python. This helps VS Code color code things and do a lot more things like that just to make it convenient to work with Python files. And we'll also want the Jupyter Notebook extension, which will do the same. At this point, you should be able to work with Python files and Jupyter Notebook files right in VS Code, but let's just go through an example here by setting up a project folder, which is what you might typically do, and just opening up a file in here. So first, let's open up a Jupyter Notebook, make sure this works. So if I try something like printing 1 + 5, oh, looks like I have to install one more thing. But once that gets installed, that should run. Now you can see I can run all these different codes in my Python environment. Although I do recommend working with different environments for every project, but that's kind of up to the user. Next up, we're just testing out a Python file just to show you can also just work with Python rather than in a command line prompt or anything. We can just do it straight in VS Code, and you can see that terminal opens up. Feel free to leave any questions or anything like that, and I'll try to get back as fast as I can.